Okay, so after warming up a little bit with the Z490 Dark Kingpin and my most reasonable 1000K, it's finally time to move on to the proper platforms. So tonight I will be trying a new Core i7 950 which I recently found that seems very good. It was able to do like 4.7 WPrime 1024M with 1.37 volts. That is very good result among Bloomfield CPUs in general. So let's see how it will do. The target level is lower than with Core i7 920, so therefore it should be a little bit easier. And I now got this tiny new thermos. It's very good for pure temperature control, so we can get started. So let's see how cold temperature the CPU likes. Usually with Bloomfields they like to be at around like 100 to 120. With some CPUs only -90, so we have to test it ourselves. And PLL might affect that sweet spot temperature as well. So currently at +16 positive. So let's keep going. I like to use T-Rex with this platform because it actually fits. With 775 the T-Rex doesn't fit, so I have to use F1 Dark. I will let this to run, or I will let this to cool down, and I will get back to you in the BIOS with the capture card. Okay, so we will press F1 to run the setup. We go to, I will load my, I think I will just load my water profile first. And let's see, the max multi is 24. So with 200 base clock we would only get 4.8. Usually you can get up to like 220 base clock without that much PCI Express. So let's see, with 220 we will get 5.3. So let's try 220 first. We can use low multiplier and use CPU tweaker in the operating system to tune that up, to change to max multiplier. I mean 220, 110. You need to use very low PCI Express for the initial post, and then you can bring it up without clock gen reset. We can increase it to 130, I mean, later. So we cannot use 2200. We have to use 1763 for now, sadly. 4.4. Yeah, it's, you need to see. Slow mode is very important. 6, 7, 5, 20. I will use 5, 16. And I will use 5.50. That's usually the sweet spot voltage for Bloomfields. Not more than 1.6, 1.5 on VTT. Memories maybe 1.4 for now. Yeah. And we can actually, I think we can save this one. 950 LN2. Temperature is -66 at the moment. When it's like -80 to -90, I will press F10. I will use more generic XP first for WPrime and so on, and I use Server 2003 for SuperPi, PiFast, etc. I think we can increase that by 1 notch. I feel. Oh, I forgot LN2 mode. Fuck. Oh well. I will. It's at -85 now. I will shut down. I will turn on LN2 mode. I will just load these settings. Okay, it's booting very easily to Windows XP at these settings, and I did change the encore up, I mean higher, by 1 notch, so we can look. So 220 base clock, 70 multiplier for the post, 4630 encore. Mems are what we said. We can move that. So let's see, are we stable if we increase the multiplier? -93 temperature. So we tick the turbo square, and we can choose any multi from these. We can even put just 18. And boom, it's set max or 24. That's the max multi for all core. 25 is the max multi for single core. And oh, it crashed. Yep. So it needs to be colder. Okay, so I've managed to figure it out. So the 24 multiplier is broken with the 950. So I have to use multiplier of 23, and I can easily post and boot this multiplier. So the 24 is completely broken. It's just completely unstable, like from the get-go, no matter what frequency, no matter if it's like 4.8, 5 gigahertz, so on. So now 5.3, temperature is at minus 94. Give it a small splash. 4.5, the top score is like 4.3, so we are getting close to it. So now we can open Award Fabric WPrime tweaker. Seems I forgot ZFSP. Well, it happens. Untick Ultra. I will increase by 5 base clocks. I'm keeping it at around like minus 95 for now. 5.4. So 5.4. Tiny splash, and I will hit run. $4422. So getting close. I think we could save this one. And yes, I'm using 1080p because of you guys. The capture card requires some other resolution than 1280 times 1024. So capture PNG. Definitely use PNG, not JPEG, as I said before in my other video, so you can get better quality screenshot when you use PNG. So yeah, this is definitely good CPU, but remember, with some x58 Bloomfield CPUs, the max multiplier, or some of the even multipliers can be broken, like 22, 20, 24, 26, they can be broken. So just saying, over well, 26 you cannot really use with most of the CPUs anyways. Okay, so this crashed, need a better temperature, something else, so let's try. Yep, so we hit either an encore limit or base clock limit, but it seems to go a little bit higher now. But I cannot boot into operating system at 5.5 gigahertz all cores. Of course, that is quite hard task anyway. So we are now at 232. So let's try 236, 238, and I will open Award Fabric. Close on the record now. Try one more. 240. Ah! My guess is base clock limit, so the only way is to play with temperature, PLL and VTT. So let's try to push higher. I think I can get it. So top score is 4297. I got 4343, so I'm very close. So 108 temperature. One 4328, very close. Damn, it hang. almost. Yep, and that is the WPrime 32 record, 4.2A1. Not that easy, but it's never easy with these proper O platforms, you know. So 4.836 on the Encore, MEMS are like 1930, and CPU 5561. So I think now I will drop the frequency a little bit, and we will try 1024M. And this likes the temperature, so I'm at -135. So 5534. So I'll do 132M. 132M run and then 1024M. So passed. Nope. Okay, I actually dropped one memory channel off. I'm not fully sure if it actually helps anything. Could be just the temperature, but WPrime 32 went above slightly. So 4.265 at 5.6 GHz. Very, very good CPU. So now, because I really want to get the the 1024M as well, we can drop 555. Top score is made at like 5.47. That should be high enough, like overhead. Advanced settings and 8. But this likes the temperature. So 132M run at -130 something. And then we will run 1024M. The previous one actually failed. So just saying. -140 degrees Celsius at the moment. The load isn't that high. $138. So yeah. 139, 138, 140. Test takes around like 2 minutes. Now it's 36% at the moment. Let's see if we can pass. You don't need 3 sticks of memory or all the 3 channels for the best performance in WPrime. This is just CPU, like core count and frequency. And it failed, so we have to drop the frequency a little bit more, I think. Yeah, it's damn annoying. Get FSB 5507. Yeah, let's try that. Just push the temperature even more. Still running relatively high V-core, 1.62, because it does seem to scale. I tried even lower one, like 1.52, and it was worse. If it scales, why not use it? The thing is often that it doesn't scale, so it only makes things worse if you raise the V-core too much. So minus 142, 143. 9 seconds passed, 67%, so 2/3 roughly. $137.25, that should be the record. Top one is 138.077. Yeah, top score 138.077, so we beat the previous top score by nearly 1 second. Very, very good result. So, yep. I don't think I have SPD. Doesn't matter. 2 Dominator GT 2000 Cas 7s. Yeah, Pentium 3 Xeon processor. So yeah. We could, for purely out of interest, try the max temperature and so on. Just for backup, I will do yep. So that award fabric, advanced settings, and 8. Set FSB. Five 634. And we improved 4.234, and we coped back. Fuck's sake. Oh well. and that is the top score in PyFast, 5.6 gigahertz. This is actually after a remount, so I had to. I remounted once. There was some moisture issue, so it was giving me like weird issues all over. And now I'm using the Inferno backplate, as in whereas in the previous run or previous mount, I didn't use the Inferno backplate. I just used a sheet of Armaflex. But definitely use the Inferno backplate even on the X58, because there can be some serious moisture issues. So let's try more, slightly more. Minus 116 at the moment. I will go to like 120 something. But I think this is on the edge already. 5634. Not sure about the Windows Server 2003, that is it that good with X58. Flat 15 seconds. So mainboard, CPU part. Now I want to do the 1M. Top score is, I think it was 7.125. Not sure if it's easy. 1M is usually much faster in 2003. Server 2003 I mean, but we can try. So height. Just check the temperature. 123 at the moment. I'm gonna get it a bit colder. Now it's running. Minus 127 now. Pi calculation done. 141, so close call. And yes, hiding the window does give you slight performance boost. So if you didn't know, let's get it now. 62 is the lowest. Hide, Alt and C. Real time. Set FSB. Get. I think 246 is the FSB or base clock used in the current top score. Made in 2009 or 10. 5662. Almost. Shared rank 1. And that is the SuperPi 1M top score at 5650. So very good, 5653, and damn good thing that I actually remounted and solved this issue. Now let's run Pi fast again and smash 15 seconds. $14.94. Yeah, X58 is damn hard platform to bench, but a lot of fun when you get things sorted. No! It hang! No! Yeah. So we hang. Damn. And that is the most important score of them all, so the 32M record. Very, very tricky one. So I had to keep the temperature at 122 degrees, and it's much easier to do that with this small half a liter thermos compared to 1 liter thermos. So 6 minutes 28.3 seconds. The previous best was 6 minutes and 30 seconds. The previous one is very, very good, I have to admit. I mean, considering the frequencies and timings, because he was only running like CAS 7 stuff. But yeah, very, very good, I'm happy. And now we crashed, doesn't matter. And that is the first ever sub 15 seconds, pi fast with the Core i7 950. So very good. Now I am only missing the CPU Z validation, but that's not that important for me. But yeah, so very good. Okay, so that's pretty much it when it comes to the 950 overclocking. So I managed to beat all of the top scores with the 950 except the highest CPU Z validation. But I personally don't care too much about CPU Z validations, because you take a lot of risks when you really push the BCLK high and very high voltages like high VTT and very high V-core. I managed to get up to 5.8 GHz, but then I hang. But this CPU is very dodgy, so I think I could improve at least some bit. So I will have to check that later, maybe do another session later. But I have other CPUs I want to test now, so I didn't want to use any more LN2 on this. So WPrime 32, quite easy to beat the top score in that, so 4.2 something. I almost managed to take a screenshot of 4.23 something. 1024M, very hard score to beat, but I managed to beat the previous top score by nearly 1 second. SuperPi 32M was definitely the hardest one among these, because the IMC of this particular CPU is very flaky, so it likes to be at around like -122 to be very stable at high frequency. So I had to keep the CPU pot at around like -121.5 to -122 during the entire run, and it was stable, and I managed to beat the previous top by nearly 2 seconds. Pi fast, the first sub 15 second score failed, or well, it passed, but I hung when I was about to take a screenshot, which was funny. But then I reran it and I got 14.89, so very nice overall. And 1M 7.109, I think. So very happy. 950 has a lot of historical value, as it was one of the most popular Bloomfield CPUs of the X58 platform, along with 920 and Core i7 Extreme 975. So it has been my long time dream to find a very good 950, and now I managed to find one myself, purely myself, from local resale sites, but I managed to find it myself, so very good. And now I will see if I can find a better 975. 965 would also be cool, but the top scores are made with some weird engineering samples like DO stepping, so it's very impossible to find similar CPUs from retail channels or among the retail used CPUs. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now I will move on to other platform, and I hope you like to see these scores. Definitely get a T-Rex container if you want to bench X58 in a serious way. F1 Dark is great, but it doesn't cover the entire IHS of these CPUs. With T-Rex you have a larger base and it's very easy to control the temperatures. And so far it seems that 2003 server isn't like the best with x58 CPUs, so best to stick with Windows XP. And luckily I did that remount and I managed to take 1M, PyFast and 32M. With the first mount it started to get very flaky after the 1024M WPrime top score. But yeah, so thanks for watching if you like to see these scores, and I will see you on the next one.